Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 28th. And yeah, I haven't done a video in over a year. So I'm back. I'm going to try to do more updates, like maybe once a month, as like I did before. So yeah, sorry for being so late. What it was is, as anybody sort of knows, if uh, if we're highly censored, especially on YouTube and things like that. So it's to the point where a lot of us get picked on with directed energy weapons. And yeah, I was severely picked on, so I just decided to just back away. I just decided just to back away. It was getting so intense. They were trying to take me out for sure. They were. Um, anyway, so the whole point is now they stopped as of uh, it was basically the first week of July. Basically, been haven't been hit with any directed energy weapons or anything for a while. So I realized, okay, it's kind of like safe to come out from underneath my shields. That's how I've been sort of protecting myself. Um, so yeah, I kind of want to basically talk a little bit about how disclosure is kind of rolling out. And as we know, noticed, whatever, it's definitely a slow process on this particular timeline. We're doing it slowly. It's just we're waking people up slowly, and the main thing to try to do is try to dismantle uh, this. It's it's extremely corrupt, extremely dysfunctional planet, and it's extremely corrupt. So we're trying to clean up all the corruption to get this world working properly. Let me put it that way, because ultimately, what's kind of going on is, and I know I've touched on it before, but this is a physical reality that we made. What I mean by we is like all of us in a collective way. We have made many worlds in this universe for our spirits to inhabit. Earth is really unique in a lot of ways because it's really quite a uh, it's kind of meant to be like a paradise. It's meant to be this uh, you know diverse plant life. All this it was kind of like this ultimate experiment to make this a really beautiful planet to inhabit, to live out the physical reality, physical lives, to know what they're like, to be in it. This, and again, our bodies are meant for this particular climate and atmosphere and things like that. So this physical reality would be different from other ones out there in the universe. But this is the one that I think a lot of thought was put in behind it to create this physical reality that so many different. It's not only botanical, but it's kind of like a zoo of the most wide variety of creatures can inhabit the same planet and exist and have the same similar experiences. Well, anyway, because it's so attractive, I think is probably why our controllers or whatever, however you want to look at them, took control, and they've taken away all of our free will and to a lot of extent and things like that. So and they've controlled it so it's basically serving their purposes, but none of us that came here like as a classroom to have experiences. So like that's why it became extremely dysfunctional and very controlled. So we're taking it back, and it's working, but we got to kind of roll this out slowly. So it's taking longer than we I think anticipated because it's so corrupt. So anyway, I think as you can see, kind of the main plan now for disclosure is the problem with this disclosure is one truth revealed leads to another and leads to another, and it keeps going on and on. So yeah, once we realized, okay, they've been lying to us about the finances or whatever, about the financial corruption that's been going on, let alone in the medical system, like how we've been used and abused and things like that. I mean, I can go on these discussions for hours, but I'm just trying to simplify it. But but then also, for instance, our connection with off-world beings, which has always been there. To be honest, is this we've never we've never been completely out of touch. I know that Earth has been kind of a no-fly zone, and it's been shielded by our controllers to limit contact with the outside world, sort of, with the universe. But as you know, the bad guys can get in here, into this reality, and also good guys can get into this reality too. And then, as you know, or like I told you before, they can just like all of us, we are a spirit, and we get incarnated into a physical vessel, into a physical body. And it can be anything physical down here. If someone wants to come in as and experience what it would be like to be an elephant, they can inhabit an elephant or a house cat or whatever. But at the same time, they're not every creature is inhabited by a spirit. A lot of them are on just kind of the main programming. I don't know. I don't want to go too much down that road to explain how it works. But anyway, so the whole point is, so we're coming here to have a physical experience. Well, anyway, they can inhabit human bodies and then use them for control. In other words, they could set themselves up in positions of power, which they've been doing this for millions of years. In, for instance, family lineage of like royalty, in particular, that'll be a pretty good example. They could come, and then they keep sort of reincarnating themselves back into this, royal lineage type of thing, or bloodlines, to make sure that they're taken care of, their needs are taken care of. But it's the average person that came in here for a learning experience and a spiritual experience to learn things, whatever. We're sort of like the lower echelon, just an average. Well, you call yourself an average people. We're all obviously special, but I mean, coming here and this in our physical form, we just end up realizing, well, we're just like just an average worker. We're just worker bees for the lineage of the royals, basically, in a sense. So that, even though that system is gone hundreds of years ago, we set it up now. Like Earth is more run by corporations and billionaires and things like that. So that's how we've been continuing that tradition of basically the have and have-nots type of thing, is what I'm getting at. So us that have volunteered to come in incarnate into physical bodies, are here to try to turn things around, to try to fix this problem. And it's extremely hard, especially when you're playing by the rules, like non-interference, and we don't want to mess with people's free will. We're here just to suggest things. We're not going to force our agenda. I mean, you know what I mean? We're trying to help in that way. So so I'm still in that same position. I'm just here, kind of observing, but also I do play a role in trying to help steer humanity in the right direction. Like, and it would wake people up. But because I've kind of done these before, I'm cautious, and that's why I sided on this, on being more cautious over the last, few years in particular. I'm careful of what I say because I realize I get really picked on if I come close to telling the truth to people. So I realized, okay, I'm going to back that off, and I put a lot of my thoughts in my book, which came out about a year ago. But I realized that I really won't be, you know, being able to help with disclosure or moving this more forward until we started getting more revelations of what's really been going on. So right now, if you notice, if you're watching what's going on at all, a little on in the background, that we're slowly keep rolling out the truth, and that's the best way to wake people up, is to show them what's been happening. But at the same time, because I'm sort of part of the disclosure effort of trying to show people what's been happening, I'm also realized we're in this group of, it's like we cry wolf. It's like we're all saying, "Oh, I've seen the wolf. I've seen the wolf, and I know for sure." And yes, of course, I know the wolf does exist, but we're all crying wolf. But yet, when the world keeps asking for more proof, we're going, "Well, I don't have any really good pictures of the wolf, or I don't, you know, I can give you a good description, whatever," and we're all describing the same thing. It's kind of like that. So what I'm really kind of in a sense waiting for now is for, I mean, I'm just using this as a funny example, but I'm just saying I'm here waiting more for the wolf to show up. So there was more proof. So whether it's disclosure about corruption, people want to see the actual physical proof, as well as whether it's UFOs or aliens or Sasquatch, whatever. I'm waiting for something to show up more in a physical way, so I can say, see, this is what I'm talking about. So that's kind of the point I'm at right now. So I'm still here as an observer, as you know, and I participate in waking people up as much as I can. But anyway, so I'm back. It's this short little video. But yeah, as we go forward, I'll probably play a more prominent role in discussing how this matrix works, because I do know, I don't talk about it a lot. I'm not, I'm not on the talk circuit or whatever. But yeah, I know how things work and why we're here, which is, which is I think people are going to have to figure this out eventually. So I'm kind of, hopefully I can help lead you in the right direction. And yeah, so that's all I got for now. So, but yeah, I'm back, and I'm going to try to keep videos going for at least once a month, maybe whatever kind of updates start happening. And it will get more intense, and there will be more truth coming out as the years go by. But I mean, I suspect something big's going to happen this fall or by the end of this year that's going to really wake people up. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, well, so I'll talk to you probably in another month or so. Okay, bye.